This is not a test. This is not a drill. This is something that we've been waiting for what feels like forever. This is literally huge, and the charts are loving it. So what exactly does it all mean? Oh yes, finally at long last, we're seeing this play out. The courts are siding with crypto, and it is such a beautiful thing to behold, as today we have learned that Grayscale, the creator of GBTC, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is listed on the stock market, but effectively doesn't trade at the exact price of Bitcoin. You're buying into a trust which holds Bitcoin, and there's historically this volatility where it'll trade at a massive discount to Bitcoin. So you don't know if it's going to be literally trading with Bitcoin or what the price of GBTC will be. And so effectively, Grayscale has been trying to convert this entity into an ETF. But we know that the SEC no likey a Bitcoin ETF. And here's the reason why. A Bitcoin ETF would effectively pump new liquidity into Bitcoin and force every single buy on the stock market to put pressure and accumulate real coins from the global Bitcoin markets. That means that every insurance fund, pension fund, big investment vehicle, your grandma, your uncle, all of them, as they start to just move some coins into Bitcoin right through their broker, right through their normal investment world in the stock market, well, that would actually put pressure on the supply globally and effectively lift the global trading and clearing price of Bitcoin globally. And that means that it would be pumping liquidity into the entire crypto space. And that is precisely what the SEC does not want to see happen, because the more liquidity is in crypto, the more ammo that this industry has to defend itself and to effectively legitimize itself in the eyes of the world. So no Bitcoin ETF, less ammo for the industry. Bitcoin ETF, ammo for the industry. And most importantly, we have some absolutely astronomical price predictions about what will happen with the approval of a Bitcoin ETF. We have Tom Lee saying 150K or 180K here with the approval of a Bitcoin ETF.
Clearing price is over 150,000. It could even be like 180,000.
We have Kathy Wood predicting a bearish case of $625,000 per Bitcoin with over $1 million per coin at the high end in 2030.
We have a price target in 2030 for Bitcoin of more than $1 million.
Before we get all carried away, let's dive into this and actually read this court ruling. Let's understand what happened, and let's make some educated guesses as to what might happen next in the short to medium term future as we prepare thy bags for what could be the run of a lifetime. Now, before we get into this, we know that all kinds of tomfoolery is around every single corner in crypto. So don't think that we just have a one-way ticket to the easy life here in crypto land. It's never going to be like that. No, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic. But this is a major, major victory. And it shows that the court systems are the last bastion of hope here for actually opposing what feels like tyrannical overreach. Check this out. A federal appeals court ordered the SEC to vacate its rejection. So this is not the order to create an ETF, but the SEC rejected the ETF application from Grayscale. Grayscale sued. And now the judge is saying you need to vacate that rejection, meaning that rejection is not valid. So does this mean that an ETF is valid? No, it means that the denial of the ETF is not valid. So let's dig in a little deeper. But this is from CoinDesk. They say the US may be about to get its first spot Bitcoin ETF after a federal court ruled that the US SEC must review its rejection of Grayscale's investments attempts to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into an ETF. The legal victory potentially opens the door for a spot Bitcoin ETF. And here's the thing, if you've been following this game closely, you know that there are ETFs for what's called futures. Now, futures allow you to bet on if Bitcoin's going to go up and down, and they're cash settled. So I can say, hey, I think Bitcoin's going to go up, and if Bitcoin goes up, then I make US dollars. The difference here is that this trades the exact same asset. I'm betting on Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin, but it doesn't put pressure on the Bitcoin supply. It doesn't actually force those products to go buy Bitcoin to back those products. So in the end, you could have $1 bazillion on these futures ETFs, and it doesn't affect the global Bitcoin market. It doesn't affect Ethereum, doesn't affect the actual liquidity in the crypto space. And that is the secret reason why the SEC approved those products, but not a spot Bitcoin ETF. The spot Bitcoin ETF means they have to go buy the Bitcoin. They have to go actually put pressure on the global market with each and every buy and hold that Bitcoin. And that means that it will pump the bags globally for the whole industry. The problem is here because the SEC is using the logic that they can't approve a spot Bitcoin ETF because it's too manipulated. But then they already have a product that trades the same asset, the same price in the futures ETF. And so now the courts are saying, hey, this thing trades exactly the same as this thing. They're 99.9% 100% completely correlated at all times. How can you possibly allow this one but not this one based on price manipulation? It's just a logic that doesn't make sense. Anyone with a brain can see that this is a double standard. The layer that we need to peel back here is that when you understand what happens when they actually have to buy the Bitcoin to run these products, you understand that this is a massive change to the entire cryptocurrency machine. Check this out. The judge destroyed the SEC in today's judgment. The commission's unexplained discounting of the obvious financial and mathematical relationship between the spot and futures market falls short of the standard of reasoned decision making. Reasoned decision making. That's judge speak for you sound real dumb now. And let's be honest, that's kind of embarrassing. The commission failed to adequately explain why it approved the listing of two Bitcoin futures ETPs, but not Grayscale's proposed Bitcoin ETP. This unlike regulatory treatment of like products is unlawful. Essentially, the rejection of the ETF is unlawful. We therefore grant Grayscale's petition to review and vacate the commission's order. The oof size on this is tremendous, absolutely intergalactic. So yes, I understand in the comments on my Twitter under my post here, and I said this, by the way, if you want to go ahead and like it. And yes, I'm aware that the comments under my Twitter are somewhat disagreeing here because they're saying that this isn't a full victory, but if you want to go ahead and like the tweet, that wouldn't hurt. It's an absolute banger of a tweet. And I do say might here, so I'm absolutely right. But as you dig into the wording here, it's pretty intense. Unlawful, fails to stand up to reasoned thinking, reasoned logic. These are really strong and really negative words for a judge to be using towards a federal regulatory body. You almost really get the feeling that the judges in the court system do not like the way the SEC is operating, do not like the vindictive nature of the SEC's attacks on crypto, and in fact, do not feel that they live up to the measure of the law. Now that, my friends, is something that even the most ardent, crazy, bullish crypto participant could not have counted on. The US court system is the shield against all kinds of wrongdoing. And in this case, they are righting the wrongs and potentially protecting the American people from being isolated from the most important industry created in modern times, the one that is most likely to allow for the savvy early participants to break free financially. And I know that might sound silly. There's a lot of internet guru BS out there, but it's really not that hard. You see this industry go on massive runs, all kinds of green numbers for years on end. Say whatever you want. I'll take my shot at freedom if it comes with a strong dose of volatility. That's just how this industry has worked and continues to work. These are the times that you want to be paying attention, the dark times. Because if you just come in when everything's up only, you're going to miss out. And that's why we try to make this content. If you guys enjoy this content, you know what to do. Come on, smash that like button. Give me some love in the comments. If you're new around here, subscribe, because we're going to be going deep now, talking about all kinds of coins. I know I've been saying that for a while, but I'm working on it right now. Some amazing videos that I think are going to enrich this audience tremendously with knowledge. There's been more buying volume on Bitcoin in the past hour than there was selling volume on the entire move down from 29,000 to 25,000. Simply massive stuff, my friends. What can I say? As always, make sure to watch this video. It's even better than the one you just saw. Don't be afraid to go crazy in the comments on this one. This is a fun one. As always, I'll see you very soon on the next episode.